Hi peoples! So the Yoruba of West Africa believe that the earth and mankind were created by Obatala, with the help of the god of the sky and the god of prophecy, and then interestingly becoming the protector of the deformed. Let's check it out. In the beginning, there was only the sky above, water and marshland below. The chief god Olorun ruled the sky, and the goddess Olokun ruled what was below. Obatala, another god, reflected upon the situation, then went to Olorun for permission to create dry land for all kinds of living creatures to inhabit. He was given permission, so he sought the advice of Orunmila, the oldest son of Olorun and the god of prophecy. Orunmila told him that he would need a gold chain long enough to reach below, a snail shell filled with sand, a white hen, a black cat, and a palm nut, all of which he was to carry in a bag. All the gods contributed what gold they had, and Orunmila supplied the articles for the bag. When all was ready, Obatala hung the chain from a corner of the sky, placed the bag over his shoulder, and started the downward climb. When he reached the end of the chain, he saw he still had some distance to go. From above, he heard Orunmila instruct him to pour the sand from the snail shell, and also immediately release the white hen. He did as he was told, whereupon the hen landed on the sand and began scratching and scattering it about. Wherever the sand landed, it formed dry land, the bigger piles becoming hills, and the smaller piles becoming valleys. Obatala jumped to a hill and named the place Ife. The dry land now extended as far as he could see. He then dug a hole, planted the palm nut, and saw it immediately grow to maturity. The mature palm tree dropped more palm nuts on the ground, each of which grew immediately to maturity, and repeated the process. Obatala then settled down with a cat for company. Time passed, and he grew bored with his routine. He decided to create beings like himself to keep him company. He dug in the sand and found clay with which to mold figures like himself, and started on his task. But he soon grew tired and decided to take a break. Making wine from a nearby palm tree, he drank bowl after bowl and soon became drunk. Obatala returned to his task of fashioning the new beings, but made many imperfect figures because of his drunken condition. Without realizing this, he called out to Olorun to breathe life into his creatures. The next day, he realized what he had done, and swore never to drink again, and to take care of those who were deformed, thus becoming the protector of the deformed. The new people built huts as Obatala had done, and soon Ife prospered and became a city. All the other gods were happy with what Obatala had done, and visited the land often, except for Olokun, the ruler of all below the sky. She had not been consulted by Obatala, and grew angry that he had seized so much of her kingdom. When Obatala returned to his home in the sky for a visit, Olokun summoned the great waves of her vast oceans and sent them surging across the land. She unleashed wave after wave, until much of the land was under water, and many of the people had drowned. Those that had fled to the highest land beseeched Eshu, the messenger god of law and enforcement and orderliness, who had been visiting earth, to return to the sky and report what was happening to them. Eshu demanded sacrifice to be made to Obatala and himself before he would deliver the message, and so the people sacrificed goats, after which Eshu returned to the sky. When Orunmila heard the news, he climbed down the golden chain to the earth, and cast many spells which caused the flood waters to retreat, and the dry land to reappear. And so ended the great flood. Unsatisfied, Olokun challenged Olorun to a weaving contest. Knowing that he couldn't beat Olokun, Olorun devised a plan to accept the challenge without actually participating. He sent a chameleon to judge Olokun's skill, and every time Olokun wove a new cloth, the chameleon mimicked the fabric. Finally, Olokun accepted her defeat. Thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Till next time, goodbye.